Now this should make your prick perk up.
Welcome back to the channel. This is your host, table4ONE, with another worth a second look, this time for Cyberpunk 2077 2.0, which is a massive overhaul that CD Projekt Red has dropped in anticipation of their new expansion coming out, Phantom Liberty, which will be $30 at launch. That's right, CD wants another $30 from us consumers, but that's not why we're here today. Today we're going to give a fair look at the 2.0 update, which has overhauled the police mechanic, gunplay mechanic, and various other issues that were in this game at launch. And taking the recommendation from CD Projekt Red, I have completely started this game over 100% fresh. I am playing this on a PS5. So please join me, and let's see if Cyberpunk can't win us over after all. RPG Character Maker. So one of the best parts of this game still, like at launch, was the decent customization of your character, which still remains here on the PS5. Whether you're male, female, and then you can customize every inch of your body down to your fingernails, even your genitalia, whether you're male or female. Game is fully customizable. Even teeth are customizable as well. So whatever build you are wishing to make, you most likely can pull it off. Here I'm going for a straight normal build, none of the fancy cyberpunk aesthetics. NPCs, world building. So this is where things get interesting for me personally, because my first interaction with Cyberpunk 2077 was on PS4, and of course at the time CD had removed almost all NPCs and vehicles just so it could run on the PS4. So on the PS5 now, with actual interactive NPCs walking around, cars driving around, I know it's not as bustling as on the PC, but this is still a great improvement overall for the immersion. I do come across interesting NPCs. If you stop to watch them for a while, you never know what you're going to come across. So this is where I find there's more immersion into this world. There's more craziness happening. Random guy came across with a humorous sign. I'll let you read it for yourself.
Get out of town before it's too late.
Now, if you're hoping to engage with the NPCs, like we try here, you're going to quickly find out that they're still very much brain dead. You can hit square to talk to them, and they have 1 to 2 lines, if that, and they'll just repeat it, or they'll just straight up ignore you. But, like I said, the PS5 and with the 2.0 update here for Cyberpunk, this world finally feels lived in. It finally feels like you could lose yourself in the gameplay and have fun with it. It's not going to be as in-depth as some other games, unfortunately, with the NPCs, but at least there's life around you now, and you're not just running around in a dead ghost land like you were on the PS4. Gunplay and police. This time around, I feel like the gunplay has significantly been enhanced. It's a lot more responsive. It feels good. It feels like a strong FPS this time around, not as airy and floaty and buggy as on the PS4 was. Combat here is going smooth. As well as the driving mechanic of shooting this time around. This is right on spot where you'd want it to be. So here we're going to cause a little trouble to see how the police will handle it. If they're just going to spawn out of thin air and out of the cracks of the sidewalks like on the before the update. As you can see, I shot a civilian, so we already have a first responder on scene. Let's see if how fast he spawns into multiple police officers. Switch to a assault. You know, even with all the bugs and how broken the game was at launch initially, the first person shooting aspect of this game was probably the best aspect of it at that point. This is only enhanced. Like I said, it feels well more balanced. It's fun and engaging. And I could actually see myself actually completing a whole campaign on this title now. So far, we're not overswarmed by police out of nowhere. Oh, alright, see? So, the immersion, the world building, police officers pull up with backup. So that's definitely a good sign. Looks like I just stumbled into something I shouldn't have. So if you look at the top right screen by the minimap, you'll see 2 stars highlighted. So that's our wanted system, since we're actively being hunted by the police now. Looks like it goes up to 5. Now, I don't recall if those stars were there at launch on the PS4. To be fair, I didn't play the title that long since it was so broken and buggy. Now, I'd imagine once we get to the top tier, here are the stars. It would be similar to GTA and St. Rose, where you'd have SWAT or military equivalent chasing you. What will happen? So here I just got curious. Let's stand in the middle of the road. Let's see what would happen. Cause a little traffic jam. Spoilers, the game did not disappoint. I do like that the driver finally got fed up with my foolishness and decided to indulge in some road rage. Didn't take as much damage as I thought you would, though. Here, just walked up to an NPC. See if we can harass them. Going through the motions of holding a phone to her face, but actually not talking or nothing. She pulled her phone. She put her phone away, which stayed in her hand, and then she pulled it back out, even though she never put it away technically. But like I stated before, the NPCs are not the most intelligent creatures in this title. So now I got curious what would happen. She does react. She drops her phone. Her phone is nowhere to be seen, though. And after I no longer am a threat to her, she just casually walks away. Adult eye candy. Alright, let's see how much I can show off on YouTube. So around the world you'll see a bunch of adult themed billboards and ads, just colorful sex sells. Whether you're doing story missions, whether you're participating in just the immersion of the world, seems that Cyberpunk just loves to ooze that sexual appetite in the background or in the foreground or on the sideground in this case particular.
I'm good at what I do.
Walking down streetways and kind of like red light districts, you can just stop and enjoy the show. They do have both female and male dancers for both sexes to enjoy. For those who don't know and are curious, I can't show it obviously, but you can have full intercourse in this title with male or female prostitutes. fully cut screens and all with nudity.
Outside.
Speaking of nudity, this is opening mission of the title.
Fuera, get her out.
Not much, obviously eye candy, yes, but I wanted to showcase just the physics. Like her breast is actually jiggling as I'm carrying her. The beads of water on her body, on her flesh. Graphically, this I thought was really impressive.
Thrills.
Bugs / funny. So,
On your toes.
jumped back into this title, started over fresh like your recommendation. Everything was going smooth. I was actually really impressed with 2.0. And then, of course, the game had to remind me of why I never played this title, why I never completed this title at launch. As you can see here, a nice freeze. So I ended up having to quit out of the game. Now, thankfully, an autosave had picked up where I left off. This is the only freeze that I had with my experience, and I played this over the weekend. So I don't know if this is going to be typical or if there's going to be more later on. Like I said, I'm playing on PS5, so but this was, I did experience it, so I wanted to share it. Another weird thing, Phantom Liberty download is claiming that it's on my system. I did not purchase it. I do not have it pre-ordered, but that is on my screen right now. Jumping on to the car issue, the car the game provides you to go set off shortly after the opening of this title, car does not work. But then I stole someone else's car and realized, no, I can drive. It's just the car that they provided you. And then after I got into a little tuffet with the police here and died and respawned back to that same vehicle, the same issue still proceeded. I could not drive, so I ended up just saying fuck it and walking. Here, if you stop to enjoy some eye candy, if you will, but you'll notice that NPCs, when clearly not wearing any pants with pockets, they have the cool trick of being able to pull shit out of their ass pockets. In this case, a cup of coffee, a phone. NPCs are full of enjoyment if you're willing to stop and just watch them and see what they're gonna do next. This woman clearly was tripping, or she was supposed to have an item in her hand that just glitched and never showed, but it was another bizarre interaction with an NPC. This couple didn't know what the hell planet they were on, but they knew that they could morph through the table, so that was fun and interesting. Final thoughts. Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 is a far better product than at launch back on the PS4. Does the game still have issues? Yeah, sure. Like I've highlighted here, there are a few issues, but the game is actually playable. You can actually, for the first time, at least for me, I was able to enjoy the campaign so far up to the point where I left off. I am actually eagerly looking forward to completing the campaign. Now, on regards to Phantom Liberty's expansion, asking $30 for that, I personally will not be purchasing that expansion. I don't think that they have any right to ask for any more money out of us consumers after what they did when they launched this game in the state that they did and all the shady business dealings in the background. Just completely revolving around this title. But I'm happy that the game is actually playable now. So if you already own it or if you picked it up on discount, I still want to play this game at full price. I don't even know where market value, where it sits at full price anymore. But if you could get this title at a discount, if you don't own it, it's playable now if you want to. If you still don't own it and still never played it, I don't think you need to rush out and grab it at any point. I don't think it is a must-play game, but worth a second look. Yeah, after the 2.0, I definitely say it is now worth a second look. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, if you got anything out of this video, please consider giving the video a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I do drop weekly, Monday through Friday here at Table4ONE Gaming. And as always, this has been your host. I'll catch you guys next time.